Hello there. It's Psychic Cynthia here, Spiritual Psychic Cynthia Killian, and welcome to you, my fellow spiritual psychic adventurers and travelers on the path. Today I wanted to talk with you about sticks. And this came up in a session with a client recently, and she was a little bit shy about it at first because I think she thought I would think she was crazy, but not at all, actually. At first she asked about, are there any crystals you'd recommend to help me with my situation, and we kind of went through that. But then she said to me, what about sticks? You know, can I use sticks? I like sticks. I was like, oh my goodness, I like sticks too. And in fact, I have a lot of sticks around my yard. Right now it's very early spring, and actually it looks pretty good because I've been cleaning up over winter, but yeah, we'll need to clean up some more. But I've got some buckets of sticks I keep saying I'm going to burn up, but truthfully I just like to pick them up sometimes and meditate with some of them. So I wanted to go through this just real quick and talk about, yes, you can use sticks for healing, for divination, and for meditation. And for the purposes of today's video, we're not going to get into like what kind of woods do what, and you can certainly, you know, do that kind of tree magic, is I think is what you'd call that, working, you know, say the difference between the rowan tree branch versus a willow or an oak or a maple or a redbud or mulberry. And there are books about that and resources you can delve into, but you know, I'm approaching it here in this video just from the viewpoint of, if you have a yard or a park somewhere where there's sticks freely available, and it's just whatever's available to you, because whatever is available to you, whatever kind of wood is in your environment, I believe, my psychic naturalist healer perspective is that is the kind of wood energy you need. You know, you need the energy of your environment, not something exotic that you mail order, okay, because it comes from the same place as you. So we won't concern ourselves with that part too much today. And in fact, it's hard for me to tell exactly what kind of wood these sticks are anymore because they've been around a little bit. But so here's a stick. It's a very smooth. Okay, so we'll start with that. And it looks like somebody sandpapered it, but honestly, no. And I think actually this may not even be wood. This may be from a shrub, a woody shrub plant, the poke plant or something like that. But for our purposes here, we're going to call it a stick. And this stick, because it's smooth, or any stick that is, you know, smoother. Let's see, this one is pretty smooth, not quite as smooth, but smoother and narrow and thin. So obviously these are natural wands for directing energy. Oh, hello, Blue Jay. And the Blue Jay approves. And so you could project energy out or send it out, but also this is the kind of stick that I might, you know, just enjoy running my fingers over, just like I am here when I want to get more order to my thoughts. So if you're feeling chaotic, you know, overwhelmed, or maybe even just like too many ideas, say you're working on a creative project and you need to, you know, bring some symmetry to it, bring some design, then you might find a stick like this, smoother, right, longer, lightweight, and just kind of do what I'm doing here. Maybe close your eyes. And that's really good for that. And it might be really good for those of you who have anxiety too. I could see this as a spiritual balancer, or anytime we have anxiety. This is another older stick with smoothness to it. A lot of them start to look like creatures if you open your psychic eyes, your third eyes, and I can kind of see a creature in this, actually a couple. I don't know if you'll be able to see him on the video. So I don't know, sometimes when I'm looking at these sticks and meditating with them, I can engage with the fairy world that way, so you could do that too. And it's like, you know, these are doorways, like when you see the little fairy images, and I mean, I'm saying like you can actually see the formations physically, then that can open up a doorway of communication between you and the Fae, if you're into that, and I certainly am. The Fae, or I know in some parts of the world they call them the elves, so whatever your terminology is. And I'm just going through this very quickly, so forgive me if I'm moving quick, but I want to put a lot into a shorter video. When you're thinking about a decision and you need help with that from the spiritual realm, and you want to ask nature, you want to ask your stick friends, you can look for a stick that has two branchings off. Here's one, and here's a smaller one, okay? Very small. Here's my hand, which I will say my hand isn't the biggest, but you get the idea. Um, so either one of these, and you can just hold it again, almost like a wand, or you could do it like that. And then what I would do, and what I do is I think about the two different decisions, the options, and then I'll sort of name it, like this could be option A and this could be option B. And then just sort of, feel this part of the stick and feel this part. And then start to feel the differences. Like as you think about, we're meditating on, let's say if option A is to, I don't know, let's do something fun. Like, you want to take a trip and you have two different places, or even two different places you're going to stay at. So option A is the first place, and you visualize it and you think about it. And then you hold this part of the stick that you have designated to align with that energy, and you will feel something. I mean, if you're tuned in and if you listen, you got to drop down into that heart space. You got to get out of head space, okay? It's really, even though I say you're thinking about the decisions, I mean, you're just thinking at first, and then you're going to drop down into the heart and feel there and feel here. And, what does that feel like? Does it feel warm? Does it feel inviting? Do you get accidentally a little cut on the stick? I mean, hopefully you're not doing this with sticks that are too jagged, okay? I mean, hopefully that goes without saying, but yeah, be smart, okay? And do it on your hands, kind to your hands. But you could do that for, choice A, and then do it for choice B, and see what you feel. You can also reverse this, by the way, without even having the stick at first. I mean, you need to have some sticks around. So you need to be at a place where there could be sticks on the ground, or at least trees to look at. And you could ask your guides, and you can ask nature for help making a decision, showing you a sign. And you could say, bring me to a stick that will show me the answer. And I've done that, and that works well too. So actually, just that tip could have been a great video. And there's way more tips I could share, but I'm going to just do one more and end this for today. And who knows, maybe if there's more interest, I'll do another video on sticks. I'm just introducing it because, I don't know, it was very helpful for my client. And she was relieved to hear that she wasn't alone in utilizing sticks for meditation. By the way, you can just sit like in a chair like I am here, or lay down outside. I mean, I suppose you could do it inside, but I would recommend outside when you can. And you can just place a stick on your body, hold it in your hand, or place it on your chest or your foot or whatever, and meditate with that energy. And yeah, you could receive answers from nature that way, because the thing about these sticks, they sit around outside and they're being exposed to all the elements, and they're absorbing all of the energy and all the energies, of the physical elements and also the spiritual elementals, okay? So it's not just wood you're interfacing and interacting with when you hold a stick. You're interacting with all the elements that are present. Think about that, okay? So finally, just a fun thing that I like to do in this, well, it could be meditation, it's more of a sound meditation, and it is a soothing, a healing act for me, is to find two thicker sticks. And I may have actually cut these last fall. I don't know, somebody cut them, it looks like. So you can see these are pretty thick, but not like logs, like micro logs. And you can make an instrument out of them and do some percussion with it, like such. All right, that's a wrap. Sending you much light and bright blessings.